You land on bare ground, deaf, blind, and helpless, but already having managed to do something, judging by the suspicious look of your mother, the Tibetan fox. Well, maybe she's not working on you. There are four of you here, just as small and helpless, and it's time for you to drink milk. This food is not for you. She brought this, while the fox unfamiliar to you. Your father just returned from hunting. His duty is to provide food for your mother, while she provides food for you. Moreover, your parents are family-oriented, and they are also talented builders who have built this cozy den for you. And these, apparently, are their friends or just helpers. Oh, it seems you have grown. On the days when you turn 2 months old, it's now time to visit the street. You start playing, carrying each other, chasing one another. But the most important thing you need to learn is to hide quickly. At one moment, your brother flies like an eagle, and he almost notices his capture if it weren't for your father, timely hitting that cheeky bird. While your parents are near you, they take turns performing their duties. If one is hunting, the other watches and takes care of upbringing. But this doesn't last until you try meat. Now they will have to work together, bringing components for the prey to feed you. Only in the evening will you all gather together. But until then, you are forbidden to go far from home. But this doesn't stop you. In one day you notice a bird in the distance, and a hunting interest awakens in you. So, you need to slowly sneak up to it. And here, there is absolutely no chance. But what if the accused attack the bigger one? You notice a marmot, that very family friend, and think that you should get to know him. You carefully crawl up behind him just to tease him a little. You are ready to jump and see this very unfriendly creature, which stands up on its hind legs and wants to fight you. You think it's just a game, and approach closer until he starts yelling. Now that's really not funny. He is sick. Better not to mess with him. Meanwhile, you realize that few here are friendly. For example, this one, and his face looks displeased. I would have made the last one simpler, but his face says, "You should wave your hand now." The marmot's cry attracted a more dangerous predator, the Tibetan wolf. Of course, you will manage to hide from him in the burrow, but the problem is that he is ready to wait. You are cut off from food supplies, and it is unknown how much longer you will have to stay like this. At the moment, it is clear only that the wolf will definitely have more patience. But you are lucky. Dad is already nearby. He returns with prey in his mouth and notices this whole scene. Now he will deal with them, beat him properly, scratch his face. Right? Of course not. Look at this wolf weighs 30 kilograms, and your dad only about 5 kilograms. The strength is completely unequal. So, alas, no one will fight for you. But of course, he won't abandon you. He approaches the wolf almost up close and starts shouting, an attempt to attract attention. It is unknown what all these sounds mean, but they make the wolf get up and fly to sort things out. And then it's a matter of speed and agility, which Tibetan foxes have no problem with. You are alive and all together again. But after this, you need to change your dwelling. So the parents come up with a plan and go somewhere for a short time. That's it, you can move. The marmot decided to give you his burrow. What a kind soul he is. But wait, where did your parents get those scars? Well, okay. As you grow up, you're more often brought semi-alive prey, on which you develop your skills. And after a while, you're already ready to go hunting yourself. For now, with your parents. Remember birds, insects, rodents. That's all good. If you manage to catch them, you can eat them. But your main prey is pikas, brothers of hares, living in burrows. They make up 95% of your diet, and you need to learn to hunt them, sneak up quietly, and grab them in time. You probably won't succeed the first time. Hundreds of attempts are needed. Oh, that face again. Why is he so angry? And he even wants to fight. For what? Well, now your parents will teach him a lesson. Mom flies at him with an open mouth and gets several hits to the face. Well, so the next attack is on Dad, who also, without managing to get close, takes a side swipe. Damn, got a big one. They circle around this enraged cat, looking for a moment to bite her, but she anticipates every move, managing to defend in 2 directions. You also lead the attack yourself, lunging forward with claws. But it's okay. The main strength of canines is endurance. Now they will tire her out, and once they grab her, but before that, they have to endure a few more hits. There aren't many of them because, at some point, he finds nothing better than to just run away. Well, cats, cowards. What can you expect? Besides, later you will learn that your parents simply gave in to him. Poor guy, he had a tough childhood. He grew up without a father. 8 months pass. All this time, the most important thing for all of you was to learn how to hunt. Almost for everyone. Some preferred to rest more and admire nature, but it doesn't matter. Now you have grown up and it's time for you to leave. From now on, you are responsible for your own survival. Come on, get out of here. So, what to do? Find shelter and food, and how lucky you are. Right in front of you are both in one. You are already an adult, so you know that Surreys are not friends. They are rodents, whose burrows you can take over. Are you scared? Just some small flashbacks from childhood. But now you are already not small. You'll easily handle it like an adult. Now you just have to make up your mind. You need to gather yourself a little. Well, damn. You had to get caught like this. The first time, and immediately by a wrestler. At least he didn't strangle you. Such prey is not easy for every forest to handle. So go work with your paws if you don't want to sleep outside tonight. Nothing in this world will come to you easily except for the shrews. You're a pro against them. You have everything for this, namely, the shape of your head. You live high in the Himalayas and Tibet Mountains, above 3,500 meters, where there are no trees or dense vegetation, only earth and stones. And such an angular shape fits well with them. You're hard to notice, which allows you to sneak up on prey unnoticed. And catching them is just as easy, because your snout is also long, just right for skillfully diving into burrows. But why such a look? It's just from the wind, so that dust, snow, and rain don't get into your eyes. In short, convenient. That's why you grab another prey and notice an aerial attack coming down on you. Eagle, you successfully dodged it, but your food no longer belongs to you. Birds, how nasty they are. Both big and small. Real rats. One day suddenly, the pea suddenly becomes less. You might think you've eaten them all, but no. Here from here, they exist, but not like this anymore. Their number hasn't changed, nor have your hunting methods. They have simply installed a clever defense system on their territory. They have an alarm system that alerts them to your approach, allowing them all to hide in time. How stupid these birds are. They need to understand that you eat pikas, not just because you want to. Well, okay, that's part of it. But more importantly, you control their population. They build long underground burrows with many corridors here, which, yes, are beneficial for the meadow ecosystem. They loosen the soil, which is good for plants, but only in moderate amounts. If not controlled, they will multiply so much that no plants will remain here at all. Instead of beauty, a disaster will come. And these damn birds, with their damn behavior, are contributing to this disaster. At 10 months old, you decide to take a walk, wandering and sniffing various marks left on the ground that lead you to her. The female, how sweetly she smiles to herself. You can tell from her gaze that she is really taken with you. Fast forward a couple of months, and now you have a family which you are now saying goodbye to. Alas, business calls. It's time to go hunting for pikas. After all, you already have little fox cubs born, whom you need to raise. This is your first offspring, but not the last. Tibetan foxes are monogamous, which means you will live with her until the end of your days. The cold sets in and the ground freezes. Hunting becomes much harder. Your paws can't dig through the hardened soil, and you come home empty-handed more often, spending more time just sitting in the burrow. But that's not the way out. You have a big responsibility now. You have cubs, and they believe in you. So you can't give up. If you can't catch them like before in the burrow, then you need to be smarter. That means you need to improvise. That means you need to think with your head. Exactly. You go out hunting, lower your nose, and follow the trail. But you don't need pikas. No, you need someone else, big and strong. Here he is, the bear. If you can't dig burrows, that doesn't mean no one else can. You sit on his tail and follow him at a safe distance. In your mind, You already have a clear plan. Wait until he starts digging out the prey. At that moment, the pikas will be alerted. They will panic and start looking for new shelters for you and run in different directions to other exits. That's exactly where you'll intercept them. Good job. You managed to catch almost a dozen pikas and can't carry that many. So you stash them for the future. A profitable deal. You earned food, and the bear gained life experience. Oh, almost forgot. Strength digs the earth, but the head finds the prey. Well, in short, he understood. 8 years pass, you have changed. But this is not old age, it is wisdom. In your gaze is your entire journey and the knowledge you will pass on to your descendants. But after the hunt, although it has become increasingly difficult lately, because of them, the skills accumulated over many years will not let you remain hungry, which cannot be said about others, and not only Tibetan foxes, all the local predators. Because of your new neighbors, the number of pikas has decreased. As it turned out, these hoofed animals, called livestock, have much more weight on this earth. With them are people who clear the land of competitors for grass, and pikas are their main target. But by hitting it, they also get into the chain of all others, those who directly depend on these little animals. Do you feel something? Anger? Injustice? No. It is poison that accidentally entered you, along with the honesty of the catch, but as a consequence of the prey.